An electric dipole is placed with its axis at 30 degree to a uniform electric field. This is uniform electric field, dipole minus Q plus Q. This is the direction of dipole moment P cap. This angle is 30 degree. The work done in rotating the dipole to a position where its axis is perpendicular to the field from this position to this position. So theta 1 is 30 degree mentioned, theta 2 is 90 degree. So work done equal to PE cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So here rotation is from theta 1 to theta 2. Okay. PE cos 30 minus cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So in such problems, you should identify initial angle and final angle, and then you have to take care of the equation. The electric potential at any point on the equatorial line of an electric dipole is equatorial. Dipole. Dipole means equal and opposite charges separated by some distance. Equatorial means this line. So at every point on the equatorial plane, potential is 0. If potential is 0, potential difference between 2 points is also 0. This implies that work done equal to charge times potential difference, that is also 0. So work done in moving a charge on the equatorial or the equipotential line is 0. So this is 0. Two concentric spheres of radii, capital R, small r, have positive charges Q1 and Q2 with equal surface charge densities. What is the electric potential at their common center? This is outer sphere, inner sphere. It is given concentric shells. So common center. Radius of smaller r, radius of bigger capital R. Q1, Q2 are the charges, but Q1, Q2 are not there in the options. It is also mentioned that they are of equal charge densities, equal surface charge densities. So we also know this equation. Potential equal to sigma by epsilon naught times radius. So potential at the center is potential due to inner sphere. Just consider inner sphere. This point is at the center means point is inside the shell. Point is inside the shell, epsilon naught sigma by epsilon naught into small r plus, because of outer sphere, same thing, sigma by epsilon naught and radius of outer capital R. Take common factor. Now also observe, without using equations you can get the answer from these 4 options. Potential is sigma by epsilon naught into R. R is radius. Sigma by epsilon naught, it is found in all the 4 options. So next to that there should be radius. We won't get from this because it is 1 by length. This is R minus R. R minus R is not possible. It is possible only when unequal or opposite charges are used, unlike charges. But it is mentioned have positive charges, positive. Okay. So that is why even this is not possible. R by R means meter by meter. So we are left with only sigma by epsilon naught, which cannot give potential. Therefore, it should be this option. Anyway, you know the method, but still learn how to guess, and in that guessing there should be some logic, proper logic. Okay. So this is potential at the center due to inner plus potential at the center due to outer. Electric potential at any point inside a charged spherical conductor is, electric potential is constant, is same as that on the surface of the conductor. 0, wrong. So potential is not 0, potential is constant. Function of distance of the point from the center, not defined. A spherical conductor of radius r is charged to a potential V. The surface density of charge is, fine. So potential is constant Q by R, but in terms of surface charge density, potential equal to sigma by epsilon naught times R. So surface charge density is V epsilon naught by R. A spherical conductor in air is charged to 110 volt. If air is replaced by a medium of dielectric constant phi, the potential of the conductor will be. So potential is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. If the charge is in a medium, then there is epsilon R, but in the denominator. So potential equal to potential in air by epsilon R. We have seen such relation in first chapter, electric charges and fields, isn't it? There it was electric field in medium equal to electric field in air by epsilon R. Now with respect to potential. Potential in air is 110, epsilon R is 5, equal to 22. Two spherical conductors of radii are charged to 2 voltages. Ratio of their surface densities of charge. So potential is sigma by epsilon naught times R, or sigma equal to V epsilon naught by R. This is constant. So potential to radius is sigma. Ratio of surface densities means V1 by R1, V1 by R1, V1 by R1, 30 by 3, 30 by 3. Sigma 2 is 50 by 5, 50 by 5. 3, 3, 10, 5, 5, 10, 10 by 10, 1:1. Students, observe, since we are taking ratio, don't worry about CGS unit or SI unit. Both of them must be in SI or both of them should be in CGS. Centimeter, centimeter. If this is centimeter, this is centimeter, even that centi get cancels. So next time when you are taking ratio, you have to take care of only one thing, that is, are they in SI or are they in CGS? If both of them are in the same system, then directly take. You don't have to convert. Okay. At a point inside a charged spherical conducting shell, charged, potential is constant, and we also know electric field is 0 inside the shell. Potential is constant means not equal to 0. So potential not equal to 0, whereas electric field is 0. As the surface density of charge on a spherical conducting shell increases at a point inside the conductor, charged shell, so potential equal to sigma by epsilon naught times R. If this increases, then potential should increase, and electric field is 0. Anyway, electric field is 0. So with the increase in charge density, only potential increases. Electric intensity and electric potential increases. Electric intensity remains the same. Remains the same means initially when it was sigma, electric field was 0. When sigma is increased, then also electric field is 0, means electric field remains constant and potential increases. Yes. Electric intensity and electric potential remain the same. No. Electric intensity increases, electric potential decreases. No. 3-point charges, 3 nano, 6 nano, 9 nano, are placed at the corners of an equilateral triangle of side 0.1 meter. The potential energy of the system is 3 charges. Observe the options. So because of very small charges, nano, and small distance, we cannot have such big numbers. So this should be correct. Let us check once. 3 charges, equilateral triangle means distances are equal. Therefore potential energy is constant by distance, Q1 Q2 plus Q2 Q3 plus Q1 Q3. Constant is 9 10 power 9. Distance is 0.1 meter, that is 10 power minus 1. Q1 Q2, 3 into 6, 18. Nano nano, 10 power minus 18. Plus 6 into 9, 54. Nano nano, 10 power minus 18. Plus 9 into 3, 27 nano. So in all this, 9 10 power 9, 9 is common factor. 9 10 power minus 18, 10 power minus 1, remaining is 2 6 3. Now simplify. This is 11. 9981 times 11 into 10 power. So we are left with 10 power minus some number, and 81 into 11, look at these options, either it should be 991 something or 891 something, and with 10 power. So this should be the answer. Two spherical conductors of radii R1 and R2 are charged to different potentials and kept separated by large distance. So this is R1, this is sphere with R2. Okay. If they are connected by a long wire, ratio of the charges on them, they are connected by a wire, means these two are shorted. These two are shorted means potential of this is equal to potential of this, but potential is constant Q1 by R1. So potential is constant Q by R, isn't it? Therefore Q1 by R1 equal to constant Q2 by R2. Why different charges? Means they are of different dimensions. Constant Q1 by Q2 equal to Q1 by Q2 equal to R1 by R2. R1 by R2. So here you should remember this. When two bodies, charged bodies, are shorted, then potential remains same. Two metal spheres of radii 5 cm and 6 cm are charged to the same potential and kept separated by large distance. If E1 and E2 be the electric field intensities near the surface of smaller and bigger sphere respectively. Okay. So potential is sigma by epsilon naught into r radius of the sphere. But sigma by epsilon naught is electric field. So electric field close to the sphere radius of the sphere, and this is the potential. Charge to the same potential, so potential is constant. This implies that E1 R1 equal to E2 R2. Product of electric field and radius of the sphere is a constant. Let us find R1 by R2. R1 by R2 equal to E2 by E1. But what is R1? R1 is 5 centimeter, R2 is 6. So R1 is 5 centi, R2 is 6. So 6 is greater than 5, denominator is greater than numerator, therefore E1 should be greater than E2. E1 greater than E2. And how this is electric field? Means if this is a charged sphere, spherical shell, electric field very close to the sphere, means on the surface of the sphere. If radius is capital R, then electric field equal to constant 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge by R square, isn't it? This is from first chapter, electric charges and fields. But sigma equal to charge by area, surface area of sphere is 4 pi R square. Observe, charge by 4 pi R square, charge by 4 pi R square. So this turns out to be sigma by epsilon naught. So sigma by epsilon naught is electric field close to the sphere, or constant Q by R square. So that is why sigma by epsilon naught stands for electric field. Two copper spheres A and B of radii R1 and R2, R1 greater than R2, are charged to the same quantity of charge and kept in contact. Different dimensions, but they are in contact. This is R1, this is R2. They are charged. And they are in contact means potential remains constant. So potential of first sphere equal to potential of the second sphere. So VA equal to VB, and this is not equal to 0. Why not equal to 0? Because there is some charge. Because of charge, there is some potential. Two charged metal spheres have their surface density of charge in the ratio 2:3 and the radii 3:2. Ratio of their potentials. So potential is sigma by epsilon naught into R. This is already a constant. Surface charge densities are in the ratio 2:3. Surface densities 2:3. Their radii are in the ratio 3:2. Radius 3:2. So 2, 2, 3, 3, 1:1. Therefore V1 by V2 is equal to 1 by 1. So take these two in the same order, because potential is directly proportional to sigma, potential is directly proportional to R. Okay. A sensitive instrument can be protected from outside electric field by placing it in a box made of metal. If this is the box made of metal and this is the external electric field, this is how the electric field looks like. There is no electric field inside the box. So in order to safeguard sensitive instruments or devices, it should be enclosed in a metal box. A charge Q is distributed over two concentric hollow spheres of radii R1 and R2, R2 greater than R1. This is R2, this is R1. Inner is R1, outer is R2. Total charge is Q. Let charge on the inner be small q. So charge on the outer is total minus q. So this is the remaining charge on the outer sphere, such that their surface densities are equal. Fine. The net potential at the common center is, this point is at the center of first sphere. Therefore, net potential is V1 plus V2. But potential equal to sigma by epsilon naught into radius of the sphere. So sigma by epsilon naught into radius of inner is R1. Sigma by epsilon naught, radius of outer is R2. So this is the common potential. So sigma by epsilon naught is common factor, R1 plus R2. Okay. So this is the common potential. But observe the options. They are in terms of Q. Q and something is there in the denominator. But what is the total charge? Total charge equal to charge on the inner plus charge on the outer. But charge in terms of surface charge density. Sigma equal to charge by area. Area of sphere is 4 pi r square. Therefore, charge is sigma into surface area. Q is sigma into surface area is 4 pi. This charge is found on the inner sphere. Therefore, R1 square plus this charge is found on the outer sphere. Therefore, sigma into 4 pi R2 square. So sigma 4 pi common factor, sigma 4 pi R1 square plus R2 square. This is total charge. So sigma is Q by total charge by 4 pi R1 square plus R2 square. Substitute this in this equation. Common potential or net potential, not common, net potential equal to sigma. Sigma is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. R1 plus R2 by R1 square plus R2 square. Okay. So this is the equation. This is the answer. Now observe. Suppose if you don't know the method, and if you observe these four equations, these four are quite different. When they are different, you can use dimensional method. Net potential is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge by some distance. So constant charge by distance. This constant is missing in the first option. Therefore, this is not the answer. Constant is there, charge is also there. Numerator r square. R square means meter square. Denominator is meter plus meter is meter. What we want is charge by meter. But here charge into meter. So this is not correct. Because of charges, there should be some common potential. So even 0 is not the correct answer. Therefore, this should be the answer. And also check 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught means constant. Charge, constant, charge. R1 plus R2 is meter. R1 square, meter square plus meter square is meter square. So charge by meter, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. In that sense also, this is correct. So use the method or use the dimensional method. You can use dimensional method only when equations are distinct, very distinct. Which of the following remains a non-zero constant inside a charged conducting sphere? Charged sphere means potential remains constant. Potential is not equal to 0, whereas electric field is 0. So non-zero constant is potential. The electric potentials at 2 points at distances 20 centimeter and 30 centimeter from the surface of a charged spherical conductor and lying outside the conductor are in the ratio 4:3. Radius of the conductor is. So this is this sphere of radius r. This point at a distance 20 centimeter. First one is 20 centimeter and next point is at a distance 30 centimeter. Radius of the conductor. Potentials are in the ratio 4:3. So potential equal to constant Q by R. So charge is constant, this is constant, distances are changing, therefore V1 by V2 equal to 4:3 given equal to, these two are inversely proportional, therefore 30 by 20. No, we have to consider distance from the center, R plus 20, R plus 30. Since these two are inversely proportional, consider the second one first. So it is R plus 30. This is R plus 20. Now simplify this. 4R equal to 4R plus 80 equal to 3R plus 90. 4R, 3R is R, 90 minus 80 is 10. The electric potential on the surface of a charged spherical conductor of radius 5 centimeter is 200 volt. So potential on the surface constant Q by R, 200 volt, 9 10 power 9, charge by radius is 5 centimeter. Work done in moving a charge 5 coulomb from A to B situated at distances 15 centimeter, 10 centimeter respectively from the center of the sphere is. Now this is the sphere, radius is 5 centimeter, A is at a distance 15 centimeter. So this is A at a distance 15 from the center. This is B at a distance 10 centimeter from the center. So work done in moving this charge. So work done equal to charge times potential difference. This potential difference is VB minus VA. This is initial position and this is final position. So final minus initial, VB minus VA times charge. Now this charge is 5 coulomb, charge is 5. Potential difference. In potential difference, potential is constant Q by R. Therefore constant is common factor. In these two, charge on this is common factor. Therefore constant charge 1 by distance of B. Distance of B is 10 centimeter. 10 centi minus 1 by 15 centi. 5. Constant is 9 10 power 9 charge. This charge is nothing but this charge. Let this be capital Q. So charge on the conductor or charge of the conductor. So charge is 200 into 5. So let me simplify this. Charge equal to this into this, 5 into 2 10, 10 power minus 2, 10 power 2 is 1 divided by 9 10 power 9. So this charge is 10 divided by 9 10 power 9. Centi is outside, common factor. Centi is minus 2. 1 by 10 minus 1 by 15. 5 is also outside. Let me write 5 here. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. 3, 2, 1 by 6. 1 by 6. This constant get cancels with this constant. 5, 5. This goes to numerator. So 10 power minus 2 goes to numerator, 10 power 2, 10 power 1 is 10 power 3. 1 by 6 is 0.167 into 1000. So this into 1000 is 167. 10 power 1, 10 power 2, 10 power 3. So 167 is this. So find out potential difference. That multiplied by charge gives work done. But in this potential difference, we should know charge on this. To find charge, this is given 200 volt and radius 5 centimeter. The electric intensity on the surface of a charged spherical conductor of radius 10 centimeter is this. The electric potential on the surface, potential equal to sigma by epsilon naught into radius. But this is electric field close to the surface of the charged shell. Therefore ER. Electric field is given 2 10 power 4. Radius is 10. 10 centimeter is 10 power minus 1 meter. 10 power 4 minus 1 is 10 power 3. 10 power 3 is kilo. 2 kilo volt.